All right, and we are live with another. Well, not another. Actually, it's been a while. A WWE NXT review. NXT Takeover was tonight on Thursday night, September 11th, 2014. I'm your host, Tony, and my co-host, as always, Dave the Bizarre One. How you doing tonight, Dave?
Good.
All right. Well, let's just jump right into this pay-per-view. I'm not pay-per-view. Special, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah, it wasn't a review.
It was very action-packed, so let's jump right in. We first had our first title defense of the night. There was a total of 3 between Kalisto and Sin Cara versus the Ascension, and I actually really enjoyed this match. It was my first time really seeing Kalisto in a ring, and he reminds me of the WCW Rey Mysterio. Like he did some stuff that I haven't seen before.
He was on. They had this match at the last Takeover pay-per-view as well. They said.
Really, I don't remember that. I thought at the last they faced Al.
It was Ricardo or as Callo or LL Cal, that guy. It was him and Kalisto versus.
Well, he must have not have performed like he did tonight because I don't remember that. And I mean, it was a good match. I really enjoyed it. We had new tag team champions, Sakara and Kalisto. I mean, Kalisto gets the pin too. He gets to over. I'm not sure which tag member he pinned, but I mean,
the other guy, Victor, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. And it was, I mean, a really good match, back and forth. You know, the Ascension kind of dominated the first half of the match, and then Kalisto and Sin Cara made a little run at the end, and Kalisto does his finisher on Victor and gets the pin. And there's new tag team champions.
Yeah, I mean, it was I didn't honestly think they were going to win because the way they kept hyping up the Ascension, that's what kind of threw me. I mean, they just had them on main event, and I honestly thought their main event match was really good on Tuesday night. And I was like, wow, this was the best match that they took on the Los Matadors. I thought that was the best match I've actually seen the Ascension have because they've been facing, let's face it, the NXT tag division is really bad. There's not really, I can't think of 3 tag teams in NXT. I mean, that's and that's because of how many stars have been called up, too. I mean, the Wyatt family, I mean...
They're limited on wrestlers to, like, combine tag teams or, like, to establish a tag team. I mean, if you want to say it, like, makes no sense for NXT to actually have a tag team title, I mean, you can go that route, but...
Yeah, because it's an hour show, and, I mean,
it's just they're very limited on roster space. They don't have, like, 50 wrestlers on in their company. They only probably have, 15 to 20. So, they got to limit them, around, and yeah, we'll see a tag match, but it'll be with random guys put together, unlike, in TNA or WWE, it's not like that. But, what they have, I think they work with very well. And
yeah, I mean, I can't think of another tag team besides, Lucha Dragons now, besides them, really, that they had a few tag teams that were in this whole little thing, but to me, I mean, the Villain, whatever those guys were called, they were, to me, kind of a joke tag team.
I actually enjoyed them. The Villains, like Circus Sack guy.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why people would like them. Yeah, I mean, because to me, if they made it more, not so much this little joke kind of thing, which you said you find it entertaining, well, that's good. But if they made it more of a serious tag team, I think they would be awesome as a team. But
yeah, they're pretty good. But yeah, you're right. They're limited on tag teams, and
I wish they would have kept, instead of putting them in a match tonight, the hype guy in Bull. I think if they would have kept those two as a tag team, they would have been a great tag team, I thought. They should have kept them as a tag team.
Yeah, they were friends, right, at one time, and then...
I know, but they were teaming them up in that tournament they had, and then they broke up, I guess, after they lost the match. I thought they would have been a great tag team to face this.
Yeah, that would have been different. But I think, I don't know, I guess they're going more with the high-flying route, and, I mean, I'm
we'll
really...
see, though. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting, and, I mean, yeah, I wasn't too high in the match, but, I mean, Locale is real, or Kalisto, my bad. Kalisto is a really, he's good. I would have loved to seen Kalisto in the original Sin Cara team-up instead of this Sin Cara, but it is what it is. I mean, it wasn't a bad match. It was a good match. I was just surprised they had the Ascension lose, but to me, when you have a big team like that lose the titles, it always seems like they're being ready to get called up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll see them on WWE big time pretty soon. In the next couple of, maybe a month or two, but yeah, good match, which led into our next match, which was made on NXT, the pre-show, which was CJ Parker going up against a unknown opponent. You know, the rumors going around it might have been Kevin Steen. It was not.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, ooh, that'd been awesome.
It was Baron Corbin.
Never heard
of him. Hasn't been on NXT, was his debut, and man, that was good stuff. That finisher he does where he holds him mid-air and just slams him, oh man.
Yeah, but I hate when people have finishers like that because a big guy can't do that to everybody.
I don't know, CJ Parker is not, you know, a small little dude.
No, but he's not a big heavyweight type guy like the WE. You're going to see more of like guys like that. Could he do that to Titus O'Neil?
You know what? I think he could.
Okay, but I'm just saying moves like, unless you're like John Cena, I mean, are you going to be able to do these big moves like that?
I mean,
but yeah, it was like a scotch match.
They'll probably have an alternate finisher where, you know, he'll have two of them.
Whatever happened to Corey Graves? Has he been fired or something?
I think he has concussion problems.
Oh, okay. Because I really enjoyed him too, Corey Graves. I really like him.
I wouldn't mind him, like, if he can't wrestle anymore, because that's, like, the rumors that he can't wrestle anymore because of his constant concussions. Have him be his mouthpiece, or them, like, together. They would fit well together, I think.
Yeah, because they did kind of have like a similar look.
So, yeah, Baron Corbin, everybody. Remember that name, because he looks like he's going to get a push here in NXT.
Do we know if he's anybody who came from the indie circuit, or just some random guy they just added to the show?
I don't think he can. I'm not sure, honestly, but I heard rumors that, like, it might have been him being on the show. I've never heard of him. He may have been on NXT before, but a while back, and he's just, you know, maybe they are what is the word for it? Gosh darn it. They're just doing him over, giving him a new look.
A reboot?
Yeah, a little reboot. But, yeah, Baron Corbin. Pretty good. It's a pretty good squash match, if you want to say.
Yeah,
Impressive. Next, we had hair versus hair match, which was Enzo Amore versus Sylvester Lefort.
I thought he was a manager. I didn't know he was a wrestler.
I actually like Enzo. He makes me laugh.
Which one's he?
I'm sorry? The smaller dude.
Oh, okay. See, I thought the other guy was a manager, so I was confused.
The dude with the long hair reminds me a lot of Edge. For some reason. Like Edge. The look, like he looks like Edge. Not that he wrestles like Edge. I wouldn't know that, but I think he.
Wasn't he just a manager at one point though? Because wasn't he managing Rusev before Lana took him over or something?
That I don't know.
I thought he was a manager or something, and then I didn't know he was a wrestler. So that's what confuses me. But yeah, I mean, people like Enzo and the other, Cash, I think that guy's name is, which I like that guy. He seems like he could be a superstar. I don't know why he wasn't wrestling tonight.
Yeah, the big dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know they tag teamed up in the tag team tournament, but they lost, of course. But I mean, it wasn't a bad match. It was their typical hair versus hair match. Enzo goes over. They try to get him to the barber's chair, the fort that is, and before they can get him, he escapes the barber chair and runs off.
something on him, and then
Like a
the other
big,
guy.
giant bucket of Nair. Then they dumped it on what's his name, Marcus. Is I guess manager or partner, whatever you want to call him, on him.
Yeah,
Later on,
I don't want to compare the two completely, but because I really hate comparing older wrestlers, great Hall of Fame wrestlers, to these stars now. But this Enzo and Kaz kind of remind me a little bit of Shawn Michaels and Diesel.
right? Yeah.
They got that kind of similarity a little bit. I don't want to compare Michaels and Diesel because you can't really compare the two to these two, but not yet anyway. But it seems kind of a variation, like reminds you of the Click a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it was a decent match. Nothing to really, talk about. But I mean, Enzo seems over. His little soft and bald stuff was getting over with the crowd. So
yeah, I hope they don't rush it, because when they rushed Adam Rose, like after a month of being Adam Rose, brought him straight to the roster, I mean, that failed miserably. So I hope they don't rush this.
Yeah, definitely don't want to do that. Next we had our debut of Kenta, changed his name.
Did that happen already? I thought it was the Bill Bentley and the hype guy. Or not Bill Bentley,
that was after this. Okay. They changed Kenta's name. It's now, what is it? Hideo? Is it Hideo?
I have no clue. Why can't you just keep it Kenta? Because I have no clue what his name is.
Hideo Itami is his new name.
He did that. He came out and said, in honor of his idol, which I don't know who the guy is either, but who his idol is supposed to be, but he didn't really say. But it could have been the Great Muta, because that could have been something, but he didn't say that. That could have been his idol, which I think that would have been his idol. But I believe this is the same guy who was in Ring of Honor, correct? Kenta?
Yeah, this guy was all over the place.
Yeah, because I remember, I remember seeing him wrestle a little bit in Ring of Honor with Bryan Danielson / Daniel Bryan back in the day. And I mean, this guy is really good.
Yeah,
he's going to wrestle next week.
Yes, he is going to debut wrestling next week on NXT. Today he just debuted himself and his character, his new name. And the Ascension ended up coming down to the ring, getting involved, saying they kicked him, right? They kicked him in the midsection, threw him out of the ring. They get on the microphone telling Rico that they want a rematch for the tag team titles. And then that's when Kenta gets involved and does some of the greatest kicks they'll ever see. And a guy wearing suit pants at all. I mean, Jesus.
Dude is really good. I mean, his finisher back in the day was CM Punk's Go to Sleep. That was his old finisher. So I don't know what they're going to do with that.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus.
CM Punk started after that.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see where they go with Kenta. You're going to expect him to be on the main roster, at least a year.
NXT is becoming must-watch. I was really hoping when he was getting jumped by the Ascension that maybe Kevin Steen was going to pop up and come for the fame, but wishful thinking. He's only been there a couple weeks. But, man, I mean, wherever they're going with this, maybe they feud him with the Ascension for now on for a little bit for the next couple weeks. That'd be interesting. But, man, this is NXT with Kevin Steen there now. I mean, Kenta, this is really, NXT is basically becoming Ring of Honor 2.0 pretty much. And it's becoming really fun. You're not going to want to miss it.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to next week. But Kenta gets involved, knocks them down to outside of the ring, and he stands up tall, looking over them. So it's looking like Kenta's going to be pushed to the moon. Not sure when he'll win the title or anything like that, but I'm sure we'll see him on the roster pretty soon. Which then led to our match. Okay, go ahead.
I was just saying they might keep Kenta in NXT for a while because they really have no NXT stars besides. I mean, right now they're getting better with Steen, Sami Zayn, and Kenta are basically becoming the 3 stars of NXT right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, yes, Gorgeous, whatever his name is really good. Right, he's a shining star in NXT right now. I didn't think he was gonna be that big of a star when he first showed up, but he's becoming a big star too.
Yeah, Tyler Breeze is really good.
Yeah, that's
Next, we had Bull Dempsey versus Mojo Rawley. This was like another squash match. Bull Dempsey just dominates Mojo Rawley. Because
Mojo Rawley was being built up as a decent star, but it's like they're turning him into it was just one match, but I don't know. I mean, I was kind of liking Mojo Rawley until they kind of squashed him a little bit tonight, and I think Missy Hyatt said it again today on Twitter. Bill Dempsey kind of reminds you of like an old WCW jobber.
Yeah, I mean he performs well in the ring. I mean
he's good for a big dominant guy, but yeah, I mean it depends where they're gonna go with him. I mean he's a big guy, so
yeah, but he absolutely dominates Mojo, flying headbutt off the ring, gets the win. Does another one after the match is over. Go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry.
Actually, I think he got a cut in his eye too during that match.
Yeah, Mojo Rawley. He got taken out, so it's pretty much a beatdown, and Bull Dempsey is your winner. Next, we go to the co-main event and the main event of the night. Co-main event was Charlotte, the NXT Women's Champion, taking on Bayley, and this was a great match. A great NXT Women's match. Bayley, I didn't think she was going to perform that good. She impressed me. Charlotte is really good in the ring.
Yeah. When I was watching her wrestle, I was thinking, man, is she kind of like the female Randy Orton, where she makes it look so easy what she's doing? I mean, wow. I mean, she makes that, just what she was doing look like so easy, so comfortable in the ring.
Yeah, they did some nice spots. Her Karana off the rope, you know.
I mean, I wish it would have went longer, I really do, but it was still a really good match.
Yeah, 10 minutes long. Sasha Banks gets involved, but comes down to the ring afterwards, and I don't know if she started hitting. I think she was hitting Bayley, or I'm not thinking. And ends up breaks it up. So maybe
I would not mind Sasha Banks versus Charlotte. I think that'd be a decent match.
Yeah,
I think Sasha Banks is really good. I like her.
Yeah, it looks like we might see a triple threat match, especially at what happened at the post show. I think we may see a triple threat match. But let's get into what the main show was all about. And let's
be real. The first hour and a half of the show wasn't, if it's a pay-per-view or if it's just a special, I mean, it wasn't really lived up to the last NXT Takeover. Last NXT Takeover was way better than this one, honestly, my personal opinion. The main event, to me, just saved the show, in my opinion, a little bit.
I wouldn't go that far. Save the show would be like it was shitty. I didn't think it was that bad.
It wasn't a bad show, but I mean the first hour before, I mean I wasn't really into the show kind of until Kenta really got there. He kind of made it a little more exciting seeing him there, and then getting to the women's match, which I was really excited to see. It was a good match. It wasn't great, but it was a good match. And then, man, this match, the main event, went like almost 30 minutes long. And this was just like, man, are they going to keep going? I mean, awesome match. I mean, this is what NXT's all about right here, is this NXT World title. And Triple H said it best on his little interview show he did. Like, NXT is like college. That's basically what it is. And it was like, man, this was just awesome seeing these guys perform like this.
And we're talking about the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT World Championship, which was Tyler Breeze, Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville, and Tyson Kidd. All four performed great in this match. I mean, everybody had a little spotlight of their own in this match. You know, gosh, I mean, Sami Zayn is super over in NXT. He's definitely
be real.
What's that?
So let's be real. Sami Zayn's over anywhere.
Yeah, very true. And, you know, Adrian Neville is as well. I mean, all four of them are great.
Yeah, but I know, but Sami Zayn, before you got the other two guys who just showed up this month, But Sami Zayn, to me, was the star. Like, man, when did they give him the title? I mean, because he's been working his butt off down at NXT.
And I think they're going to go that route. I think they're slowly building Sami Zayn to get that. I definitely think he's going to get a title shot rematch, because if nobody saw the ending, he does his finisher on Tyson Kidd. The ref's about to count 3. Adrian Neville pulls the referee out of the ring. Kind of a heelish move. Sami Zayn.
A little bit. That's what I was wondering. Yeah, but go ahead and finish it up.
Sami Zayn goes out to the ring. He does a super kick on the Zayn, knocks him down. Gets on top of the ropes, does his finisher on Tyson Kidd, and gets the 3 count.
It's an awesome finisher.
Fans weren't too happy with Neville winning. I guess mainly because of how he did it, pulling out the ref. And, everybody probably wanted to see Zayn win as well.
Yeah, I think it does, and that's what they're building for, I think.
Yeah, and this was a great match. My lord.
I mean, this match was awesome. I mean, maybe the Fatal 4-Way with having your 4 top stars in the match, maybe that's what kind of made the pay-per-view or special suffer a little bit, because you could have had 2 of these guys having a great match on the card, so that could have probably hurt it a little bit too, because you had 4 of your top performers who were in the main event. So that can always hurt your show a little bit too when you have such a small show.
Yes, and it was a really good match. False finishes everywhere, high maneuvers. I mean, it was just all over the place.
Also, Tyson Kidd looked really good in this match too. I mean, even though you knew he was going to get the title, but he still looked great in this match. I mean, Tyler Breeze, Adrian Neville, I mean, he always, I don't know, if you want to, people can compare him to like AJ Styles, because he has that type of skill. He could be the guy of the future that you're going to see. I mean, I don't want to compare him to AJ Styles, but people might not like AJ Styles, but I'm just saying the skill set, to me, is a lot like AJ was in his early years.
I mean, it's hard to say where they will go with Adrian Neville. He's definitely going to be the champion for the next couple of months. Like, I'm gonna guess he's champion until the next special, which will probably be in November or December. And I mean, NXT definitely a great alternative to WWE. It's nothing like it. It's nothing like it. I mean,
it's more about the wrestling, and that's what it is. It's more about wrestling, and that's what we want.
Yes, I mean, all in all, it was a really good special. See the Kenta debut. See the tag team champions lose after 344 days. Lose their titles. We saw a great women's title match, and then the cherry on top was this fatal 4-way match, which was really good. They didn't announce a special afterwards or anything, so we don't know when they'll be doing another one. But you damn right will be.
Triple H did say at the last. I don't know if he was on the show tonight or not, but he said they're going to do it quarterly, I guess. So it was like every 2 months or every 3 months?
Probably be December.
I don't know how I feel about that, because it almost hurts the product a little bit to me. Maybe it doesn't really hurt it at all. I don't know. But like Tyler Breeze. Sorry, go ahead.
These specials will get you to watch them every week. I think they need to make NXT longer. Yeah. And I think they need to make these specials longer.
Yeah, I can see that. But my whole thing is, when Tyler Breeze won the number one contendership at the last Takeover, I felt he should have got a title shot like at next pay-per-view or something, It would have been nice to see something like that instead of just some random NXT episode, which really none of these episodes mean that much at all, because you're not going to see a new champion. It's not going to happen until their big 3-month special or whatever they do it. And that, to me, is what kind of hurts it a little bit, because nothing big's going to happen until the Arrival show.
Yeah, but you got to watch to keep up with the product and know what's going on in the storylines. So.
Yeah, I mean, you can get caught up with that, because they always do those 30-minute specials to get you ready for the Takeover show.
I mean, if you like the product enough, you'll watch it every week.
Yeah, I agree, and I will check it out, but I'm just saying it makes me kind of like, nothing big's going to happen, because you're only going to get a pay-per-view style show every 3 months. And that's what kind of, or every 4 months, whatever the quarterly thing is. It's
But yeah, that's never for sure though. You don't know that 100% sure. I mean,
I would imagine if they would do one like once a month if they could do that. But maybe they can't. I don't know. It would be nice if they did something like that once a month.
it's probably harder than you think. You know, it's probably have to rent out the place and do all this other stuff. And if they move to Thursdays with SmackDown, maybe it'll make it easier. I don't know.
They are, from what they've been saying, they're not going to move.
Yeah. So
I understand.
those were things going on behind the scenes, but we'll find out shortly in the next month or so. But yeah, that's pretty much our NXT review. We probably will be back tomorrow doing a SmackDown review just to see how the reaction goes and see how the videos goes views wise, and if we do pretty good, we might start doing them a little bit more often. We thank everybody for watching our TNA video last night. We hit 100 views already, and we really do appreciate that. Anything you want to throw in, Dave, before we shut off for the night?
Yeah, follow us on our Twitter handle. It's Wrestling101POD.
All right, yeah, Wrestling 101 Pod is the Twitter account. Dave is always live tweeting SmackDown, TNA, tonight's NXT pay-per-views, Raw, all that kind of stuff. So we would really appreciate if you could subscribe to the channel if you can, and also follow us on Twitter. That would be excellent. If you have any opinions on tonight's show, what you think was good with NXT Takeover, what you thought was bad with NXT Takeover, please leave your comments down below. Anything else, Dave, before we sign out?
No, check us out if you guys are into football. We're going to possibly doing our NFL Super Bowl pick probably Saturday night sometime, so look for that. Usually we don't do football videos on this channel, but we're doing our own little pick show too between each other, and we're gonna try to give our Super Bowl predictions this weekend.
Yeah, so if you are interested and you want to give us your Super Bowl predictions, please tune in and comment down below. But if not, we're gonna be ending this show tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night with a SmackDown review, and back again at our regular schedule at Monday night for our Monday Night Raw review. From Dave and I, we thank everybody for watching. Please subscribe, comment, and we see you guys tomorrow night.